sides. So we're going to go right here is we're creating box and whisker plot for this set of numbers. I'm going to try to make it a little bigger. So we have this set of numbers here: 15, 25, 50, 42, 29, 50, 33, and so on, all the way up to 35. So the least number I have there is actually going to be a 15, and I go all the way up to 75. So that's going to be quite the big stem and leaf plot. So I'm going to create a 1. I'm going to start putting things together here. I'm going to put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7. Now I'm going to start putting things together. I end up having a 15, a 25, a 50, a 42, 29, 50, 33, 27, 25, 32, 40, 35, 28. It's a lot of numbers. 40, 40, 35, 35, 75, 40. It's a lot of 40s, huh? 75, 40, another 40, 25, 50, and a 35. So we got a lot of the same numbers. But yeah, that's what our stem and leaf plot looks like. So now I need to make a nice kind of looking type set of numbers here. So I'm going to try to write them out as neatly as I can for you. So the first number I have is a 5. It's all by itself. And then we got actually a 15, sorry, 15. And then we ended up having a 25, a 25, and a 25 here. I'm going to cross those out so I don't know, so I know which ones I've done. 27, a 28, and a 29. And then I have a 32, 33, 33, and then 4 35s. It's a lot of 35s. And then we're done with our 30s, which is awesome. Moving on, we have 5 40s. Now that's a lot of 40s. And then we have a 42. And then we have 3 50s. Then lastly, we have a 75. So there's all my numbers right there. Having all those numbers gives me a little bit more space to do a little bit more things here. So now I need to find my I need to find my second quartile first, or my median. So second quartile. So I'm going to actually write down 1Q here quickly. So you can see what we're looking for: 2Q and a 3Q. And then we'll be able to find what our min and our max is pretty quickly. So first quartile and second quartile and third quartile. So I need to look for my second quartile first. So if I count all these numbers up, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we have 23 numbers. And if we divide that by 2, it would be about 11 and a half. And if we decide to move it up by 1, that's going to give us 12. So I need to count 12 numbers in. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Which stops me right here at this 35. So that is exactly my halfway mark. So that's nice to know because I don't need to do any averages or anything. So I'm just going to make a nice little 35. And then I need to look for my first quartile after that. So my first quartile is going to be the half on the left side of my 35, which means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers, which half of that would be 5.5, which if I bump that up to 6, we'll find exactly where the midpoint is, or halfway is. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which stops me right here at this 28. So got first quartile at 28. And then I need to look for my third quartile, which is the other half on the other side of 35, which again gives me a nice little 11, I believe, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which then I need to move 6 spaces in to get me to my midpoint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which gets me right to this 40. So woohoo, we already got all the way down to 40. So that's always positive. We got that done. Now it comes down to just drawing the number line. So I'm actually going to start at 15, which is going to be my lowest number. And then I need to go all the way up to 75. So I'm going to actually jump by tens every time. So I'm going to end up jumping that every single time. I'm actually going to erase this 15 quick. I'm going to put it way down here, actually right next to it. So we got 15 there. And then we need to go to 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, and 75. I know mine aren't necessarily super even, but they're close. So we're jumping by tens every single time. All right? So we got 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, and 75. That should contain all my points because my lowest is 15 and my biggest is 75. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is plot those 2 points down here. I got it down at 15. And I also have one down here at 75. So then I need to look at my first quartile, which is 28, which is between 25 and 35, but it's more towards 25, so I'm going to put my dot right about there. And I'm going to mark it as 28 so everybody knows exactly what number we're looking at. Sorry, that was a really bad 8. And then we're going to look at my second quartile, which is 35, which is nice because it's actually a point at 35. So I'm going to mark that as 35 so everybody knows. Same thing here with 40. Third quartile is 40, which is halfway between 35 and 45. So I'm going to make that point right there. And then I'm going to put a 40 down. There's my first, second, and third quartile. As I said last time, I need to make a line now from my least number, which is 15, all the way to my first quartile or my minimum. And I go 15 to 28. Make a nice line there. And then I need to also make a line from my third quartile all the way up to my biggest number, which is 75. Make a nice line there. So now I got my 2 lines with a gap, which is exactly what we want to see. Because that means we can just make our nice little box. I'm going to make my quartile box from my first quartile all the way to my third. And then the last thing I need to do, since it contains my second quartile, I need to show that it's there. And so I'm going to make a nice little line so it shows exactly where my second quartile is. And after you make that line, you're done. Which it should look something like this. Hopefully a little bit prettier than mine. For most of you, you can do it a lot better than this, than me on my iPad. So there's my first 2 examples, and I'm actually going to let you guys try to do the third one here on your own, and then check yourself. And the answers that we have for that one is your median, or your second quartile will actually be at 7. Your first quartile is going to be at 9. Your third quartile is actually at 24.5. And then when you graph this, your least number is actually at 2. I'm going to do a quick sketch for you. Biggest number is 31. You have a point at like 24.5. You got a point at 17 and also at 9. And when you do this whole plot thing, you got this point, you got your box. Oops, that didn't go very well. You got your box, and then you got your other line. So it should look something like this when you're done. All right, so I just wanted to give you guys that answer, so when you guys get done getting everything in order, you guys can check yourself accordingly. All right, well, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.